From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. This is Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 8-9, 16 points, third in the ICL, hosting the Sabertooth Expos with a record of 14-4, 28 points, second in the ICL. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Third of 5 meetings this season between the Blue Sox and the Expos. Teams have split the season series so far. And these teams are going to face off, including tonight, 3 times in the Blue Sox' next 4 games. They are back in action against each other tomorrow night at Schrum. And then the Blue Sox will be visiting the Expos Wednesday night at Maplewood, Wednesday the 26th. Blue Sox will have 8 more games, including tonight, trying to make up some ground. And I don't know if they will be able to get home field advantage in the semifinals, but at the very least they can try and get some separation from the Melrose Americans, who they enter play tonight tied with in terms of points of the ICL standings. But they have won the season series against the Americans, so they will hold that tiebreaker at the very least. Bram Rosario, who had an electrifying debut the other night against the Chiefs in an inning of relief, gets the start for the Blue Sox. First pitch is on the outside corner at 8:05 p.m. We are underway. Strike 1 to Edelson Taveras. Taveras, I don't know if he got a piece of that one, but it is 0-2 regardless. If he just swung and missed at a pitch that got away from the Blue Sox catcher, Pat Casserly. 0-2 the count. Rosario, former Pittsburgh Pirates farmhand, winds and delivers. Just high for ball 1. Talking to Brom the other night, asking him, what you got in your repertoire. And the other night in that 1 inning of work, mostly saw his fastball and curveball. He does throw a change and a slider as well, as that just misses high. And from 0-2 to 2-2 for Taveras. Taveras will foul that one off. Remains 2-2. Enters play tonight, slashing .355, .487, .516. An OPS of 1,003. 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 ribbies. Rosario with a 2-2 swing and a missed strike 3. A slider there, darted away from Taveras at the very last moment. 1 up, 1 down. So here is Kepler Peralta, the third baseman for the Expos. Expos in the road grays, looking like the original recipe Montreal Expos, circa the 90s and the early 2000s, before they headed off to Washington. Blue Sox in the Pete Frates classic navy and red. Up and away for ball 1 to Kepler. Upstairs, and the count will be 2-0 to Peralta, making his season debut for the Expos. Little blooper into shallow right, out of the reach of Eric LeBreau, who's getting the start second tonight as opposed to third, where he got his first start in the field the other night. No Ernie Little in the lineup tonight. Jake Elberry is at third. So bloop single for Peralta. Welcome back Kepler. After last year, he slashed .294, .419, .314 with 1 extra base hit, having a double out of 15 hits and 51 at bats and 3 ribbies and 3 of 3 in stolen base attempts. That is outside for ball 1 to the extra hitter for the Expos, Andrew Mazzoni. Sorry, hunched over, peering in, comes set. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Mazzoni playing in his 16th game of the season. Well, here's another MVP candidate for you, Katrina. Mazzoni's numbers on the season, slashing 486, 577, 907. Runner takes off. The pitch is fouled off, and a lucky break there for the Blue Sox, as it'll be strike 2, and Peralta will have to go back to first. So instead of probably had that base stolen easily, but since Casserly didn't hang on to the foul tip into the mid, it is just a foul ball and a strike. Runner goes, called strike 3, throw down to second. Oh, it was in line, but a little lower. Probably would have had to strike him out, throw him out to double play. Instead, it's a stolen base for Peralta, now 2 down. Peralta does get his stolen base, second strikeout for Rosario, and here's Leon Paulino, the left fielder. But Mazzoni's line, real quick, just to finish that off, 488, 577, 907, 3 doubles, 5 homers, 21 ribbies. Rosario spinning back towards second, and the Expos dugout wanted a balk, but they did not get him. Do not do a balk, please. Leon Paulino, the left fielder for the Expos, takes off-speed pitch, strike 1. Paulino slashing 250, 311, 525, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 12 ribbies, 4 walks to 9 strikeouts, and 4 steals in as many attempts. 0-1 the count with Peralta in his first at-bat of the year, getting a single. And stealing second, just missed inside, and the count will be 1-1. Give the full last for both teams between innings. Now 1-1. Rosario gets him to foul it off, and the count will be 1-2. Ryan Cloutier, the DH, is on deck for the Expos. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and Rosario strikes out the side in the top of the first against the vaunted Expos offense. Good start on the mat. The Blue Sox reward him in the bottom half at the plate. Happening in the books, Expos nothing. Blue Sox coming up. So here's the full starting lineups for both teams. It's Idelson Taveras leading it off for the Expos. It's Idelson Taveras leading off in center, followed by Kebler Peralta at third. Andrew Mazzoni's the EH. Leon Paulino is in the left. Ryan Cloutier is the DH. George Chaya is in right. Mike Oliveira is at second. Jose Paulino is at short. Angelo Colucci is at first. And Hunter Weissman rounds out the lineup behind the plate. Starting pitcher is just taking the mound here for the Expos. Getting his warm-up tosses in is Dan Shaw, the right-hander. Shaw making his 5th appearance of the season. He is 1-1 with 1 save and a 1.80 ERA. In 11 2/3 innings, he's allowed 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of which are earned, walked 7, struck out 12, but hit 4 batters. All 4 of those hit batters, by the way, came in a single game against the Americans on June 21st, one in which he got the win, going 5 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. 3 of his 4 appearances this season have been against the Americans. The other was on June 14th against the Chiefs. That was the time this is 1 loss on the year, going 4 innings, allowing 4 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of which were earned, walked 3, and struck out 4. Shaw's been around the Boston Amateur Baseball circuit. He has played in the Yawkey League and the Intercity League and the Park League and the CABL. Last time he played in the Intercity League before joining the Expos was in 2016 when he played for the Arlington Trojans. In his 8 games in 2016 with the Trojans, he was 0-1 with a 13.65 ERA in 6 2/3 innings. Last year for the Expos in the regular season, pitched in 3 games, 2 of which were against Malden, and 1 of which was against Melrose, and pitched 4 innings in 2 games against the Blue Sox in the championship series last year. LeBreau takes strike 1 to begin the bottom of the first. Fouled straight back, and the count will be 0-2 as the cameras rattling already after an interesting night the other night here at LHS. Sal's asking me, did I lose the camera last night when that foul ball came straight back? But thankfully, it was just a matter of it being out of focus. 0-2. Down the pipe for strike 3 called. Of a delayed reaction there, but Eric LeBreau is retired for out number 1 on 3 pitches, no less. So 1 up, 1 down. And here is V. Desai. Swings and misses for strike 1. LeBreau was entering play 2 for 5 in his first 2 games with the Blue Sox. Swing and a miss, strike 2. To Desai, playing his 5th game. 5 for 13 with 3 runs scored. Outside for ball 1. Shaw comes set, working exclusively from the stretch. The pitch. Towering fly ball to right field. Late reaction and right by Chaya. He's going back, and he's got it for out number 2. Lost it in the twilight for a moment, but got in position to make the catch. Sigh of relief there for Shaw. 2 up, 2 down. And here is Jake Elberry. Elberry back at third base tonight. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up on the infield over to the left side, and able to catch it with 2 hands. The shortstop, Jose Paulino, for the out that retires the side. Scoreless through 1. So last time out, first off, here's the full Blue Sox lineup. Eric LeBreau leading off at second, followed by V. Desai at short. Jake Elberry is at third. Julian Alvarez is in right. Austin Maisel is in left. Josue Feliciano is at first. Pat Casserly is behind the plate. John Fritz, returning to the lineup, is in left. Brian Acosta is the extra hitter. And Andrew Salima rounds out the lineup as the DH. And Bram Rosario getting the start on the mound as he returns to the mound for the top of the second inning. Talking for too long about the Blue Sox being stuck in neutral as a team, but in a season where the Blue Sox have had two massive wins, including the 20-3 blowout of the Chiefs, the only win they've had against the Chiefs this year, and then the 9-0 win over the Americans. The 5-2 win over the Americans the other night might be the most complete, satisfying victory of the season so far for the Blue Sox. I think Josue Feliciano summed it up best when talking to the team after the game, said, you see how easy this is? You see how simple this can be? You know, that was a complete team win. You know, you don't have to, like, a complete team win doesn't have to be a 9-0 shutout or a 20-3 blowout. It can be games like that where you execute and respond in clutch situations. That's what they have to do if they want to get back to the championship series. But right now, in third place and hoping to, again, get some separation from the Americans and avoid having to play the one-game playoff in the 4-5 bracket. 1-1 the count to Ryan Cloutier as we begin the top of the second. Expos have not clinched a first-round bye yet, but Cloutier says that was high, and I think LeBreau was thinking the same thing when he got rung up in the bottom of the first, but 1-2 anyways to Cloutier. And that is in there for strike 3 called. This might be a good night to be a pitcher as far as the Bears are concerned. 4 strikeouts out of the first 4 outs for Rosario. 1 up, 1 down. Here is George Chaya. Cloutier entering play, by the way, with an OPS of 1,100 with 1 double, 2 triples, 1 homer, and 11 ribbies, and 14 walks. Most on the team. 1-0 the count. Chaya entering play, leading the team in stolen bases with 12 and 14 attempts. 293 average, 396 on base percentage, no extra base hits. He is ahead 2-0. That misses up and away, and you do not want to let Chaya get on board for free. Outside corner, strike 1, and now Chaya will go to work. He's seen it now. Chaya actually leading not just the Expos, but the ICL in stolen bases as Alvarez able to backpedal and haul that one in for out number 2. Fly out to right, Chaya is retired. Chaya's the only batter in the ICL right entering play tonight with double-digit steals. He's got 12. Joe Cacciatore of the Bulldogs, second with 9. Then Connor Hanlon of the Mad Dogs with 7. He's also tied with Consigli, his teammate, for 4th in that department. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Michael Oliveira. Oliveira swings, hard contact to left center field, and that is off the base of the wall. He's going to have extra bases. Stayed in the park, so as far as the Blue Sox are concerned, so what? You know, just get your ender, right? But it is a 2-out double and a runner in scoring position for the Expos. Oliveira was only batting 146 coming into play tonight, and that's actually his first extra base hit of the season. Here's Jose Paulino, the shortstop. Takes down low for ball 1. Up and away for ball 2, 2-0. Jose Paulino entering play, slashing 162, 347, 162 with 5 ribbies but 11 walks. Fouls that one off. The count will be 2-1. Grounder to the left side. Elberry's got it. Throws on to first in time for the out that retires the side. So nothing comes of the 2-out double, and we are still scoreless through a buck and a half. One last thought on Rosario, just to recap his debut against the Chiefs 3 nights ago. Just pitched an inning, walked 2, but struck out the side. And he's a former Pirates farmhand from the DR. A couple of good years in rookie level ball with the Bucks before COVID hit, and we all know how that basically cannibalized the minor league system in a big way. Cannibalize, eviscerate. I realize I'm eviscerated. I don't know. I don't think I like the minor leagues were eating themselves. I don't know, but anyways. No score through a buck and a half. The Expos have 2 hits, but the Blue Sox looking for their first base runner. Expos have left a runner in scoring position in each of the first 2 innings. Alvarez, Mazel, and Feliciano, some veterans in the middle of the order to get us started in the bottom of the second. Julian Alvarez, maybe having his best year ever. Certainly the best year for a Blue Sox home run hitter since 2006. Hit his 5th, has 5 home runs, which is a franchise record since 06, and 18 RBIs, 7 walks, 7 doubles. An OPS of 1297 entering play tonight. And that will be taken just down and away for ball 1. Told Jules what Katrina said in the chat during the Bulldogs-Chiefs game last night. Katrina thinks Teddy Juba should be MVP, and Julian has taken that personally, as that is all the way to the wall, and he is out! Tried to stretch it into a double and got tagged out. Good piece to left center field, but a strong throw from essentially the fence to second will make it out number 1. Let there be light. So Alvarez gets the Blue Sox first hit, but is thrown out. Try to stretch it into a double. And here's Austin Mazel. And Mazel the other way, and that'll get down in front of the left fielder, Paulino, for a base hit. So runner on first, 1 down. And here is Josue Feliciano. Had the eventual game-winning RBI in the win against Melrose the other night. Also had a double, 2 for 3. Throw back to first, and it almost hit the ground too early, and lucky for the Expos, doesn't get past the first baseman, Colucci. Sway fouls that one off for strike 1. Sway in 6 at-bats, 3 for 6 with a double and RBI, and a strikeout. 0-1 the count. Fouled straight back. That one came up and in, and just barely able to make contact there. 0-2 with Pat Casserly due up next. Throw back to first again, and again it's A little short to first, but Colucci able to smother it and prevent Maisel from advancing. Maisel with his 15th hit of the season to up his .359 average entering play and his .884 OPS. Sway pops this one up, and it'll be caught on the mound, off the mound, over towards the third base line by Shaw for out number 2. And here is Casserly to try and keep the line moving. Cass entering play, batting only .129 with a .300 on base percentage. 4 hits, one of them a double. Fouls that one off. And 5 RBIs and 5 walks. Whatever gets the job done, right? But tonight we might be looking at a pitcher's duel. Rosario with 4 strikeouts through 2 innings with 2 hits allowed. 2 hits in this inning for the Blue Sox. Shaw trying to whip it over there. Shooting a dirty look over to first at Maisel. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by Casserly, and it'll be 0-2. Cass has struck out 4 times in 31 at-bats this season, hoping not to go down for the 5th time here with a runner at first. John Fritz on deck, up and away. Ball 1. Just missed, down and away, 2-2. Good breaking ball. Cass was tempted, but was able to see it. Continue to sink down and away, so stays alive. 2-2. Runner at first, 2 out. Inside corner, strike 3 called. For second strikeout for Shaw. He surrenders 2 hits, but leaves 1 runner. And after 2 completes, still no score. Rosario heading back out there for his 3rd inning of work. He will face the 9, 10, and 1 hitters in the Expos lineup, Colucci, Wiseman, and Taveras. Well, we got a bit of a horse race going on here in the Who You Got poll in our live chat. 50-50 right now. Votes on the Expos and Blue Sox. Of course, we closed the poll at about the 1 hour mark of the ball game, whatever inning that ends up being. Get your votes in if you're, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course, and our chat is subscribers only, but if you subscribe, you follow us throughout the rest of the season and in future ICL seasons. Let us know. Got any little nuggets on some of the players coming to bat or anything? This may be the Blue Sox channel, but the Intercity League appreciates your support wherever it comes from and wherever they get it. Have some Intercity League playoff baseball, of course, over on my usual digs, LSP. Have a couple more. We'll have a couple games. Actually, we're gonna have an Expos Chiefs game on LSP later towards the end of the season. That's gonna be fun. As here is Colucci to lead things off as he smokes this one into left field. Back goes Fritz to the wall, and it is gone. First pitch swinging, Angelo Colucci gives the Expos a 1-0 lead. Colucci entering play tonight only with not a single extra base hit to his name. That is his first home run and second RBI of the season. And in terms of the regular season, that is his first home run in 5 years. He hasn't hit one in the regular season since 2018 with the Stoneham Sabres in the Yawkey League. 1-1 the count. Hunter Weissman at the plate. Wow. Pitcher's duel, huh? Angelo Colucci hunting for that pitch on the first pitch. Got it and absolutely torched it. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Weissman goes down for the first out of the top of the third. Strikeout number 5 for Rosario. That's up and away for ball one. Weissman, by the way, that's the 7th time he struck out this season, but entering play, he's batting .231 with a .412 on base percentage, 3 hits and 4 walks. 1-1 the count to Taveras, who struck out swinging to begin the ball game. So again, that's Colucci's first regular season home run in 5 years since he hit one in the Yawkey League. This is grounded to the right side and nobody's home. And it'll be through for a base hit. So the Expos already up to 4 hits here in 2 1/3 innings. Yeah, and just looking over Colucci's postseason stats available on 400 hitter. No home run, no career postseason home run. So again, first home run in 5 years for Angelos. That's on the outside corner. For strike 1 to Kelber Peralta, had the first hit of the ball game back in the first with a 1-out single, then stole second. Rosario gets him to ground it to the right side. LeBrow's there on to first. Excellent range. 2 down, although Taveras does get to second. But hitting, basically the same spot in a similar fashion as Taveras' single, but able to get the out. 4-3. And here is Andrew Mazzoni. Struck out swinging his first time up. Told you his video game numbers. He's been puts those numbers up every year, basically. 0-1 the count. 1484 his OPS entering play tonight. 0 for 3 in the regular season last year. But in 2021, 1415 OPS with 8 homers. He's already matched that 21 RBIs in that 2021 season. His career high, just took a ball there, his career high since 2019 in the RBI department is 23 with the Brighton Black Sox, of the Yawkey League. Well, once again, Rosario trying to catch a guy napping at second, but he held on to the ball because nobody was there to field it. And knowing Taveras, could probably make a run for home if he did throw it into center field, as that's fouled off. For strike 2. 1-2 the count. How many times is that now? Walk this way. Yeah, be normal, right? Marty Feldman, you had to get that. You had to get me going somehow, right? Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. That is strike 3. And strikeout number 6 for Bram Rosario. But Angelo Colucci goes hunting and does not miss on the first pitch to make it 1-0 after 2.5. Well, as Dan Shaw gets his warm-up tosses in for the bottom of the third, I want to point out something that's going on off camera right now. Julian Alvarez is, just calling a little bit of a rally here with the team, and we've talked about, the mental roadblocks that have prevented the Blue Sox from unlocking their full potential this season. That can be one thing, but it's you need your leaders to step up. It's not that Jules hasn't been a leader his entire Blue Sox career, but it's good to see because you gotta let especially the younger players know, hey, listen, whatever. Colucci hit a home run, whatever. First home run in 5 years, whatever. It's only 1-0. There's plenty of baseball to be played. We're not out of this. Let's go kick some tail, right? All right. Welcome back, John Fritz, to lead off the top of the bottom of the third, rather. Fritz has been out of action since before the 4th of July break. This season he's slashing .286, .545, .286. 2 hits and 3 walks with 1 RBI. And he takes ball 1. His last game action was on June 28th against Malden, in which he went 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He is ahead of Shaw, 1-0. 2-0. Three and 0 to Fritz, to be followed by Acosta and Salima. Statue of Liberty play by Fritz. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner, 3-1. Shaw comes set. Down away for ball 4. Leadoff man aboard for the Blue Sox. Brian Acosta, the EH tonight. Rick going to play small ball now here in the third? Or is he going to try and get some traffic going on the bases? Salima, the lefty, due up next. I'd be surprised if Acosta tries to lay one down here and get him to scoring position for the power hitting Salima. Third baseman's creeping in. Acosta does square, gets it down in front of the plate, and it's a foul ball for strike 1. Boy, that was executed perfectly if he got the fair call. Unfortunately, it is 0-1. So a walk for Fritz, a leadoff walk. First walk issued by either side tonight. Throw back to first. Knowing a couple of pickoff throws that were almost spiked in the dirt and rolled away from Colucci last inning when Maisel was on first. I don't blame him trying to induce another throw. Did he go around? He did, says the home plate umpire. He offered at it, so it'll be strike 2. And Acosta will be forced to swing the bat here. Sacrifice off. It's going to allow Peralta to back up here. Case Acosta going to try and pull one down the line. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Brian Acosta. Strikeout number 3 for Shaw. 1 down here in the bottom of the third. And here is Andrew Salima. Salima entering play, slashing 250, 308, 292, 1 double, and 5 ribbies. And 8 strikeouts to 2 walks. 8 strikeouts and 24 at bats. He comes up empty there for strike 1. Salima is 1 for 4 on the season against the Expos in 2 games with 2 strikeouts, and he swings and misses for strike 2. Team he's the most success against the season, at least in terms of OPS, is the Melrose Americans, and has an OPS of 900 with 1 RBI. Down low for ball 1, 1-2 to Salima. Leadoff man Eric LeBreau is on deck. 1-0 our score. Angelo Colucci is solo shot the difference right now. Salima takes strike 3 called on the outside corner, and that'll be out number 2. Strikeout number 4 now for Shaw. His last 3 outs have all come by way of the can. The lineup turns over for LeBreau, his first strikeout victim, to begin the Blue Sox first. Shaw comes set. Pitch. LeBreau able to hold up as that's in the dirt for ball 1. LeBreau with a massive defensive play to get the second out of the top half of this inning when Kebler Peralta tried to get into the gap on the right side of the infield. Basically hit the same way to the same spot as Tavares' single, but able to cut it off. Peralta, another pickoff attempt. Boy, they really want to get Fritzy, do they? Don't they? I mean, a pickoff, yeah, especially for the final out of an inning, can really damage the team's momentum. Fritz takes off. The pitch is fouled straight back, and the count will even at 1. They can tell. Fritz, in 3 seasons with the Blue Sox, has 5 steals and 7 attempts, 4 of which came last year in 18 games. It's in the regular season. Wow, look good, but 2-1 the count to LeBreau. Going to be tough to get one through the left side, unless it's an absolute snot rocket for LeBreau, given where Paulino and Peralta are positioned on the left side of the infield. Second baseman Oliveira, pretty close to the second base bag. Then again, knowing Fritz has been running, and Fritz runs there. Throw down to second. They got him. So Fritz is caught stealing to end the bottom of the third, and for the second time, the Expos are able to get an out on the bases, an out at second base, in fact, to prevent a runner from getting into scoring position. We're through 3, and it is 1-0 Expos. So we're through 3 innings, and the line score pretty empty for the most part. Pretty quiet, I guess. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Expos. For the Blue Sox, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. No runs, 2 hits rather. No hits, no errors, and 1 left. Alvarez and Maisel, each with a single in the second, but Alvarez thrown out at second, trying to stretch it into a double. Given how Maisel hit his single, I don't think Alvarez was going to score on that hit anyway. It's no telling if the Blue Sox would have grabbed the lead in the bottom of the second. But here we are in the top of the fourth. And it is 1-0 Expos, and the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Paulino, Cloutier, and Chaya. Paulino struck out looking his first time up to end the first. Rosario, the wind, the kick, and the pitch. A little broken back grounder to the right side, and Feliciano flips on to Rosario for a one-pitch out. Looked like, from my vantage point, it looked a little dangerous there, because I thought that Sway may have overran and LeBro may have, but that was a swing by Cloutier for strike one. He already didn't like the strikeout he took leading off the second, and I think that the pitch might have hit him. Well, if it hit the ground first, it doesn't matter. But regardless, the umpire said he went around, so he was 0-1. Now that foul off makes it 0-2. Yeah, Sway getting over into position to haul that one in. Flipping onto the pitcher covering for the first out. Now 0-2. And Cloutier swings over the top of it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ryan Cloutier. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the fourth. And here is Chaya, who flew out to right his first time up. One of the hardest hit balls I think Chaya's hit all season. But Alvarez was able to backpedal and get the out and prevent Chaya. The only player in the ICL so far this season with double-digit stolen bases off base, especially considering Oliveira hit a double the next at-bat. 0-1 the count to Chaya. Swings and misses at a pitch that bounces at the plate and to the backstop, and the count is 0-2. Third time's the charm. You got to get your reps in, right? 0-2 the count. Rosario delivers. No? What? I could have fried an egg in the time to wait, in the time it took to wait for that strike 3 call, but okay. Listen, I'm trying to relate somehow, okay, Katrina? You want to grab Mike too, by the way, dear? I had to come up with some metaphor. Listen, I've already made enough metaphors about my single remaining brain cell. And that is at work trying to come up with that one. Halfway home, still 1-0 Expos. Love you, dear. LeBro, Desai, and Elberry, the top 3 hitters of the Blue Sox batting order, due up here in the bottom of the fourth. Halfway home, and we're only Bruce had 8:05 his first pitch, right? Yeah, so 47 minutes. God, the Intercity League is so weird because you can have games like these, even ones that aren't just 1-0 or even scoreless that can breeze by so quickly, and other games that can push the 3-hour mark. I don't know. Not really in a 7-inning game anyways. But then you can have stuff that's, you got games that, halfway home, 45, 47 minutes or so. The next half can be a bit of a slog depending on how close or not close the rest of the game is. Down and away for ball 1 to Eric LeBreau, who was at bat when Fritz got caught stealing to end the bottom of the third. LeBreau, again, struck out swinging his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And he flares this one into center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So for the third consecutive inning, the leadoff man reaches for the Blue Sox. And I have harped on it so much over the last couple of weeks that so many of these games can be determined by whether or not you get the leadoff man on as an offense and whether you keep the leadoff man from getting on as a defense. Desai not looking to square here. He takes strike 1, 0-1. So that's hit number 3 for the Blue Sox. But remember, 2 of their base runners have been retired on the bases. Certainly not in Toot Bland territory, either Alvarez or Fritz. But in the dirt, and then it skips to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, LeBreau is in scoring position, the first Blue Sox batter of the night to get into scoring position. So Desai with a 1-1 count, nobody out, runner at second, smash up the middle, could tie this game. LeBreau was getting a lead off of first, but didn't think to run until he saw the pitch in the dirt, trying to read it, and by the time Weisman even found it, LeBreau was at second. 2-1 the count to Desai. Shaw looking back at second and comes home with it. Down and away, 3-1. With Jake Elberry due up next. Elberry getting some pointers from Alvarez before he takes his turn. Ball 4 inside, first and second. Nobody out. And here is Elberry. So Deciphers fly out to right his first time up, reaches. Elberry popped up to short to end the bottom of the first. He is 6 for 12 in his first 4 games as a Blue Sox, with a double, triple homer, and 6 RBIs and 6 runs. Can he come through in the clutch again here? He'll take strike 1, 0-1. That's a weird-looking floating slider, but if you can get that to the inside under the hands of a left-handed batter, that is a tough one to hit. You're not going to get out in front of it and really put it into play in any meaningful way, I don't think. 1-1. You basically have to do the Baltimore chop and hope that, Peralta might airmail it out of play, trying to get you at first. That's how you want to go for it. But if it gets under your hands, no chance. And at that point, you're just hoping that, he doesn't hit the inside corner. Instead, he hits you. 1-1 with LeBreau at second and Desai at first. 1-0 Expos. Shaw comes home with it. Fouled into the screen, 1-2. Alvarez due up next. Second baseman Oliveira. Very close to the bag there. Now gets back in position as yeet! Is that a foul or is that a swing? trying to figure this out because Elberry's bat just went flying over the Expos dugout. Did he get a piece of the ball? I guess he did. Because if he swung and missed, it looked like Weissman dropped the ball. If he swung and missed, obviously Elberry can't go to first because first is occupied. Wow. 1-2 still, right? Get some pine tar. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big first out there, as Elberry is now 0 for 2. Strikeout number 5 for Shaw. And here is Julian Alvarez. Hit a rocket to left center field, but only got a single as it was thrown out at second, trying to stretch it into a double. And a possible double play situation for the Expos if they can get Alvarez to roll over on one. That is in there for strike 1. Alvarez in the first 2 games against the Expos this season is 2 for 7 with a double and gets time called. It's 2 for 7 with a double and 3 strikeouts. Last year against the Expos, Jules was 5 for 14 with no extra base hits and 1 RBI and no walks. Alvarez waited on it and is going to lift it foul. And out of play. Went down to follow that curveball down and in, and still way too far out in front. I don't think you're going to keep that pitch fair. At least, I don't know, home run. I don't know, man. But 0-2 the count. I mean, that can send a message to the opposing pitcher that you can see that pitch. And now he tries to go up and away with the express, and he fouls that one off. So, yeah, that can send a message to the pitcher. Hey, I'm seeing you. I can see it. So let's see if slowed him down, sped him up early on the breaking ball, late on the fastball. Where do you go from here? Well, he's going to spin back towards second. Runners at second have gotten a lot of attention tonight from both Rosario and Shaw. 0-2 the count, 1 out, first and second. Blue Sox looking to tie the game with a base hit. Alvarez waiting for it. Down low. 1-2. Austin Maisel is on deck. As LeBro and Desai, Gapper could give the Blue Sox the lead. In the dirt and stumbling to try and control the ball is the catcher Weissman. It'll be another wild pitch, and it's 2-2. To third goes LeBro, but Desai holds at first. So a late read by Desai will keep him anchored to first and keep the double play in order, more importantly, for the Expos. 2-2 with 1 out, now runners at the corners. Shaw comes home with it. Here it is. Grounder to the left side, fielded it short to second for 1. On to first, double play, 6-4-3. And the side is retired. Through 4, still 1-0 Expos. Just the outcome the Blue Sox were not looking for there. I don't know, man. When you get to the point where it's, Desai is unable to get to second on that wild pitch, it feels like double play is inevitable at this point. So a tough break there for the Blue Sox. They get the first two on, but Elberry swings and misses, and then Alvarez grounds into a 6-4-3 to end the inning. Still 1-0 Expos. Bruce Ramirez. All right, Giancarlos Ramirez is going to take over on the mound after 4 strong innings by Bram Rosario. Unfortunately, Rosario right now on the hook for the loss thanks to Colucci's solo shot leading off the third. Colucci is due up third this inning after Michael Oliveira and Jose Paulino. Ramirez, well, he's hit 2 majestic home runs at the plate this season. On the mound, this is only his second appearance. He threw 1 inning against the Americans on June 22nd. Walked 2 and struck out 1, but of course he had 4 nights later the walk-off home run and that comeback victory against the Bulldogs. So another two-way player for the Blue Sox at their disposal. And here's Michael Oliveira to lead things off. Had a double his first time up in the second. And Ramirez gets strike 1 in there. Fouled off. 0-2 the count. So Rosario, in his first start of the season, goes 4 innings, allows 1 run on 4 hits with no walks and 8 strikeouts, but unfortunately, like I said, is on the hook right now for the loss, thanks to Colucci's solo shot. Ramirez with the 0-2. Nope, 1-2. And that hit him. Oh. Oh. I was going to say, I was like, was he calling him back as it hit his bat? But no, it is a hit by pitch on a 1-2 pitch. So Oliveira is aboard. And as long as we're talking about, the leadoff man getting aboard, the Blue Sox have done that 3 innings in a row at this point, but haven't been able to score. The Expos, well, Colucci's the only leadoff man who's gotten on tonight for the Expos, and he got all the way around with the solo shot. So Paulino to the plate as Josue Feliciano going out to have a quick word with Ramirez, and now Sways directing traffic in the infield and outfield. As Paulino steps to the plate with a runner at first, leadoff man at first, nobody out. He grounded out to third his first time up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. It may not be a playoff game, but knowing what the Blue Sox want to build in the home stretch of the season, feels like it could be just that. And you got the competitive drive here for both teams like it is a playoff game. 1-0 our score. Great 4 innings of work by Rosario. Ramirez was ahead of Oliveira with 2 strikes before he plunked him. Let's see what we can do here with Paulino. He comes set. And the pitch. Did that hit him? No, it did not hit him. It hit the glove of Casserly into second. Goes Oliveira. Wild pitch or pass ball? Pass ball, all right. So pass ball on Casserly puts a critical insurance run in scoring position for the Expos with nobody out, and now Casserly going out to have a word with Ramirez. So you've had Colucci's solo shot, and everyone else who has reached base tonight for the Expos has gotten into scoring position. It's just Colucci's been able to come home so far. 1-2 to Paulino. Just missed 2-2. Cheering from both sides on that pitch. A good spot. But Paulino able to lay off and get the ball call. 2-2. Ramirez with a long look at second. Now comes home with it into left field, and he's got it for out number one. Fritz with a catch on the sinking liner. So here is Colucci, who is the lone source of offense tonight. Solo shot in the first pitch he saw from Rosario, leading off the third. Strike one. You want to talk about veteran leadership. Colucci, longtime player for the Stoneham Sabres, which eventually merged with the Middlesex Expos to become the Sabertooth Expos. Grounds it to the right side. LeBrow's there. On to first. 2 down as to third goes Oliveira. And it'll be up to Hunter Weissman to keep the line moving. He struck out swinging his first time up in the third. Colucci, owner, player, manager, Jackie Moon of the Stoneham Sabres during their days. And now here he is, player and coach for the Sabertooth Expos. Weissman, late swing and a miss at a fastball up and away for strike one. Ramirez comes set, and the pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Weissman's able to get aboard. It would turn over the lineup for the leadoff man, Tavares. 2 outs, runner at third. Ramirez comes set. Swing and a miss, strike three. Did his Johnny Cueto impression there, and he gets the strikeout that retires the side. Expos unable to capitalize on the leadoff hit by pitch. Through 4.5. Don't go away, folks. It's still 1-0. You got a game. Mike Healy is in attendance. I offer him Mike 2 every time he's here, and he turns it down. Heels, just remember, unlike me, you know what you're talking about. All right, we're going to go to the bottom of the fifth. Going to have a little bit of a delay here as Weissman was the third out. He still has to get the catcher's gear on. Maisel, Feliciano, and Casserly due to bat here in the bottom of the fifth. Trying to get on the board. A 1-0 deficit. Stop the count. The polls are closed. 60% of our respondents think the Blue Sox are going to pull this one off. We are 1 hour and 8 minutes into this one. The Expos still leading, though, 1-0. one other game in the ICL tonight, and it is the Bulldogs and the Mad Dogs at Maplewood. That got underway at 8 p.m. One game in the ICL tomorrow night. The aforementioned second game of this home and home. The Expos host the Blue Sox at Trum, 8 o'clock. First pitch. So here we go, the bottom of the fifth. Maisel to lead things off, single his first time up. Blue Sox have 3 hits and drawn 2 walks, but no runs yet, as that is down and in for ball 1. 1 run on 4 hits for the Expos. Again, Colucci's home run the difference. No runs on 3 hits for the Blue Sox. Maisel fouls that one off on the Worthen Road. 1-1. Blue Sox trying to pull off a win and get to 500. Remember, the Americans are idle tonight. Grounder to the right side, and it is past Colucci into right for a leadoff single. So Maisel is 2 for 2. So here we go again with the Blue Sox getting the leadoff man aboard. First 3 times they did it, unable to get anything across. Sway. Gonna lay one down here. Gonna get a single up the middle, as Mike Healy's apparently predicting. He's gonna lay one down, and it's gonna go foul for strike 1. A little fun fact about the all-time series between these two teams in the regular season. Blue Sox lead the all-time season series 6-5, right, Bruce? Never mind. But neither team has won consecutive games in the regular season series between the Expos and the Blue Sox. As Sway tries to lay one down again and pops it foul for strike 2. Well, Sway has been pretty good with the bat since his return from injury in the last couple of games. I mean, I know he loves bunting more than most people love anything or anyone. But, a base hit up the middle, like Heel said, wouldn't be too bad either if he can pull that one off. He's even with 2 strikes. Bunt cheese. 1-2. Maisel with a slight lead at first. He's gonna be caught. Throw back to first. They got him. Did he? Or no, wait. Did he drop the ball, or they called it a double play? It's a 1-3 double play. Are you on the transfer? It's a call. Rick DeAngelis going out to the mound. Sway tried to lay one down again. It popped up, caught by the pitcher, Shaw. Flipped it back to first with a 1-3 double play, but Maisel is saying that Colucci dropped the ball and didn't complete the catch to get back to first, so he should still be live. Maisel looking back at the Expos, I was like, you guys saw it. Rick doesn't like the call. Maisel trying to laugh it off, I guess, and not get too worked up, but you got to get fired up somehow if you're the Blue Sox. And we'll see if Rick is still giving the base umpire a piece of his mind, but it's not going to work out. It is a 1-3 double play. So 2 outs, base is empty, and now it's Casserly. Sometimes, sometimes as a team, if you're struggling, if you're trailing, you need some adversity to fire you up. Is this what it's going to be? I honestly would not be surprised if Rick tried to get himself maybe ejected there to try to rile up the troops. But 1-0 the count as Casserly is now ahead 2-0. after striking out looking his first time up to end the second. In the top of the sixth, the Expos are going to have Tavares, Peralta, and Mazzoni due up, top three batters of the order, as the Expos would be looking for some insurance if the Blue Sox don't score here. Casserly takes inside, and it pops to the backstop, 3-0. And John Fritz is due up next. Three and 0 the count. Strike one taken. 3-1 on Casserly. Casserly able to hold up for ball four. So take his base. Third walk drawn by the Blue Sox tonight to go along with 4 hits. So the teams are even in the hit column, but 1-0 our score still. As here is Fritz. Nice catch on a sinking liner for the first out of the top half of this inning. Walked his first time up, was caught stealing to end the third as Fritz takes strike one. Casserly off of first. Colucci's been in the middle of it tonight, hasn't he? 1-1. Solo home run. It's right now still the only run this game. Unable to haul in Mazel's ball for a single, but then gets back for the 1-3 double play despite the bobble. 1-2. I don't know. When you've been around this game long enough and accomplished as much as someone like Colucci has, sometimes the action just finds you, doesn't it? 1-2 the count to Fritz. Little slow roller to the left side, fielded at third, on to first, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Through 5, 1-0 Expos. Ramirez back out there for the top of the 6th. And against the top 3 hitters in the order due up, Tavares, Peralta, and Mazzoni. All right. Tavares, 1 for 2 with a single, a strikeout. Outside for ball 1. So as I said, the all-time regular season series between these two teams is 6-5 in favor of the Blue Sox, and neither team has won consecutive games, so it's been alternating wins and losses between these two teams as Tavares skies this one into right center field and caught for out number 1. And right now, it looks like that pattern might continue with the Expos trailing 1-0 if this score holds, but with only a 1-0 game, still a lot to be decided. Here's Peralta, 1 for 2 with a single and stolen base in the first, and a ground out to second. In the third, he laces this one into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Wide turn at first by Peralta, but he gets back, and he is 2 for 3. So it's just Peralta and Maisel tonight who have multiple hits. 1 on for Andrew Mazzoni. It's like a 4-way dance right now for ICL MVP between this guy, Teddy Juba, Juan Parra, and Julian Alvarez, as Ramirez gets strike 1 in there, 0-1. Mazzoni is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both of which came against Rosario, the lefty, but with righty-lefty here. We'll see if Mazzoni will have a better look. To be fair, this is his first time facing both Rosario and Ramirez tonight. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-2. Leon Paulino is due up next. Ramirez comes set. The 1-2 runner goes, pitches swung on and missed, throw down to second, safe. Stolen base for Peralta, so 2 singles and 2 steals now for Peralta, but Mazzoni has now worn the hat trick. And it'll be up to Paulino again to try and bring home a run. He's 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first, grounded out 3-1 in the fourth. Ramirez comes set. Swing and a miss, strike 1. In the bottom of the 6th, due up are brought for the Blue Sox are Brian Acosta, Andrew Salima, and Eric LeBreau. In the dirt, skips away to the backstop, and it's 1-1 as Peralta gets to third on the wild pitch. Sway going over to have a word again with Ramirez. 1-1 the count. Critical insurance run 90 feet away for the Expos. Just high for ball 2, 2-1. Now I mentioned it's Acosta, Salima, and LeBreau due up in the bottom of the 6th for the Blue Sox, but when Fritz was at bat, DJ Johnson was in the on-deck circle, so we'll see if that will be the case again with him maybe batting in the to lead off the bottom of the 6th. But right now it's 3-1 to Paulino with Cloutier due up next. Ramirez comes set. The pitch inside corner, and it is a full count. 3-2, runner on third. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but he's got to keep that run from crossing the plate. 3-2. Ramirez delivers. Line down the right field line, but foul. Guessed the spot right, but was way too far out in front. 3-2 again with Peralta. It's 2 for 3 with 2 steals at third. Here it is. Now, whether it hit him or it's ball 4, it's going to put runners at the corners. So here's Cloutier, the DH. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And time called as Casserly going out to have a word with Ramirez, as is Ryan O'Rourke, as is V. Desai. Sway coming in too. Cloutier, OPS of 1,100 on the season with 1 double, 2 triples, 1 homer, and 11 ribbies. Last season, OPS of 1035. That's up and in for ball 1. 3 doubles and 2 triples and 17 steals and 19 attempts last year. So dangerous hitter at the plate with runners at the corners and 2 down. 1-1 the count as that foul ricocheted off of Casserly, but more importantly, the home. Scary enough earlier in the year when there was a pitch in the dirt that hit the umpire. Was this the same umpire who got hit in the throat too? You'll never want to work our games again, man. One and one. Yeah, I know, right? No, but seriously, this is 1 and 2. No, seriously, when he got hit in the throat with the pitch that bounced in the dirt earlier this season, I had flashbacks because I thought, he was, 1 and 2. Peralta at third, Paulino at first. 1-2. Outside ball 2, and Paulino takes second, uncontested as well. Second and third now. 2 runners in scoring position. Ramirez unable to hit the outside corner on that pitch. 2-2. In the dirt, and it gets away. And here comes Peralta. No one warming right now for the Blue Sox. I think I know why. I need to get confirmation on that. Down low for ball 4. So first and third again. Two walks, 2 steals, and 2 wild pitches in the inning have pushed the Expos lead up to 2-0. And here's Chaya. 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a strikeout looking and an excuse me swing. And it is strike 1. Again, you can't put away these batters when you get to 2 strikes. It can sink your ship. Runner goes, pitches in there for strike 2 down the pipe. 0-2, and again, Cloutier getting to second uncontested, So the third stolen base of the inning for the Expos. And again, 2 runners in scoring position. 0-2, 2 out, swing and a miss, strike 3. The side is retired. The Expos do get a run on the wild pitch. It's 2-0 after 5.5.
It's on the bench. Come on now.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th, and it is, in fact, DJ Johnson leading it off. Pinch hitting for Brian Acosta. DJ takes outside for ball 1. Not sure if that's going to be the night for Carlos on the mound. DJ 323 on the season. Hits this one into right center field. It is off the base of the wall. DJ slowed down at first. Now he's turning an extra gear in a second. He's got there with a double. Oh, DJ admired it just a bit too much, but is able to get into scoring position. Time is called. Mark Leary going over to second to get DJ's gloves. We've seen him just trolling the pitcher and his own teammates and then stealing bases. Look what he's doing with his own. Look what he's doing with the shortstop, Paulino, as Andrew Salima comes up empty for strike 1. Nobody, Salima clearly not looking to bunt, and he takes strike 2, 0-2. Salima then LeBro, then Desai. The Blue Sox have now gotten the leadoff man on 5 consecutive innings, but haven't been able to bring anyone home. 0-2 from Shaw. In the dirt. Johnson stays put, 1-2. Salima, 1 double and 5 ribbies on the season. Outside, 2-2. He had 1 homer and 18 RBIs in 20 games last season. Did Salima. That 1 home run came on opening night of last season against the Reading Bulldogs. And the Lexington Bulldogs, of course. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Salima now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Lineup turns over for LeBro. LeBreau 2 for 5 on the season, entering play in his first 2 games with a solo home run. Both of those hits, including the home run, coming against the Melrose Americans 2 nights ago. Solo shot down the left field line. 0-1 the count. That was his home run. 0-2, LeBreau has not been a fan of either call. Action behind Shaw now in the Expos bullpen. Johnson off of second. Shaw comes set. One and two. Desai on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down as LeBreau is 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. And here's Desai, 0 for 1, fly out to right and a walk. Blue Sox absolutely need a run here. Inside corner, strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Expos will have Oliveira, Jose Paulino, and Colucci due up. Right now, Shaw trying to negate the leadoff double by Johnson. Off-speed pitch, swung on and miss, 0-2. DJ still at second for the pinch hit. Leadoff double. He's going to third, and he is safe. He did it again. That could have worked out in another way too, because Shaw didn't realize it until very late, and so if he got called for a balk there, DJ could have scored. Could have given DJ home, maybe. He's on his way to third and get him the extra base. 1-2 though. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shaw, despite the leadoff double, strikes out the next 3 in order. Through 6, still 2-0 Expos.
Oh! Number 1, Mikey O hit it. Our boy Mikey O!
Top of the 7th, and Michael Oliveira for the second time has been plunked by Ramirez. A double off Rosario, and now hit by pitches twice by Ramirez. Here is Paulino in a possible sack bunt situation. Oh, wow. Does get down strike one. He almost decapitated his own teammates in the dugout. Just managed to place that foul ball perfectly in that opening. Wow. Anyways, 0-1 with Oliveira on first. It's the Blue Sox once again squander a leadoff man on base. 1-1. The Blue Sox have had the leadoff man aboard in each of the last 5 innings. Went 1, 2, 3 in the first and have gotten the leadoff man aboard each of the last 5 innings, but have been unable to bring any of them home. Johnson was stranded at third after a pinch hit leadoff double. Maisel single, that was the last inning, and before they had Alvarez being thrown at second, trying to stretch a single into a double, as Ramirez bobbles the ball, and everybody's safe. They throw back to second, and they didn't get him. That'll go down as a sack at an E1. First and second, nobody out, and Colucci, who scored the only run that matters at this point with the solo shot leading off the third. Boy, which way is he going to go here? Is he going to lay one down and get second, third with one out? Or is he going to swing the bat? He's swinging, and he fouls it straight back for strike one. Well, the bottom of the order here, too. These are the outs you got to get. Plunked Oliveira. Mishandled the sack bunt. First and second, nobody out. In the dirt, 1-1. And now there's some action in the Blue Sox bullpen. I don't know if Giancarlos could he have batted in the DH slot for Salima is what I want to know. Now he's pitching. I mean, at that point, righty. Still, you want the hand advantage with Salima, I guess, but I mean, you cannot underestimate the power at the plate that Ramirez has. 1-2 as Colucci fouls it off. And sometimes it's all about damage control. Feeling like the Blue Sox are lucky they didn't allow the game to get completely out of hand at the top of the 6th, just the 1 run allowed. But chance for more here for the Expos. Little grounder, chance for redemption for Ramirez. He threw it into center field. 3-0. He had LeBron in position, and it was to the arms, and his throw let loose to the arm side into center field. Oliveira scores. Still nobody out. Throw to first. Almost got Colucci. Stumble off the bag, getting back. So I try to hold the tag as Weissman fouls it off for strike 1. I mean, still, first and second, even without the, if you don't get the double play, you still got 2 strikes on Colucci. He's got a strikeout there, but now Wiseman's going to get time. One and one. Nobody out. Top of the seventh, Expos. Leading 3-0, and it's 2-1. Oliveira getting hit by a pitch. Paulino laying down a sack, but reaching anyway. And then error, 2 errors in the inning by Ramirez. Brought home a third run for the Expos. As that misses, and it's 3-1. Jose Paulino's now at third. Colucci is at first. Wiseman is ahead, 3-1, with the leadoff man Taveras on deck. Popped up on the infield, just behind, going back into right field. He dropped it. They'll get the force at second. Well, I mean, infield fly wasn't called, so wow, they could have got Wiseman there, but well, sometimes that can be a sneaky play. You know, infield fly is not called LeBro. I guess let it drop. Got the force on Colucci 4-6. So here's Taveras. Misses inside for ball one. So 1 out, almost, though, a double play. It's Wiseman at first, Paulino at third. Taveras 1 for 3. That nearly hit him. Count is 2-0. Taveras struck out swinging to begin the ball game and singled in the third and flew out to center. Popped up, fouling out of play, 2-1. Ramirez comes set. Fouled into the screen. The count will be 2-2. You gotta figure this inning should be over at this point. Not guaranteed you get the double play on the ball that Colucci hit. He should have gotten at least the man in the middle. Then again, I don't know if LeBron's going to drop that ball if there's a runner 3rd and 2 outs, but full count. Action behind Ramirez in the bullpen. Figure this is last batter, win or lose. 3-2 with 1 out. Expos leading 3-0 in the top of the 7th and looking for more. Check swing. He went around. Strike 3, out number 2. Well, maybe it won't be his last batter. O'Rourke talking to Rick DeAngelis right now. Just going to let him face Peralta. Remember, Peralta's 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored. Ball 1. In the top of the 7th, bottom of the 7th rather, the Blue Sox are going to have Elberry, Alvarez, and Maisel due up. Just high for ball 2. Andrew Mazzoni's due up next. I believe it's Eric Lopes warming in the bullpen right now for the Blue Sox. 3-0. I mean, if Peralta just takes his base here, you're going to have the bases loaded with 2 out. And if Mazzoni gets a hold of one, no matter who he faces, this game's probably over. 3-1. Ramirez. Just need to get this guy. Not leave anything to chance, whether it's you or behind you facing Mazzoni. Popped up into right field. Alvarez has it on the run for the out that retires the side. So once again, a chaotic inning for the Blue Sox on defense, but they only allow 1 run somehow after all that. So it's within reach, or is it? They only have 3 outs to work with to the Blue Sox offense. We go to the bottom of the 7th, closing time for the Expos. 3-0. And folks, Dan Shaw is going back out there. And again, it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Blue Sox here. Elberry, Alvarez, and Mazel. Josue Feliciano is trying to rally the troops right now. The dugout say, hey, look, we're running out of time. We got 3 outs here. But we can do this. And they have to do this. Getting runners on base has not been the problem, but just outs on the bases, unable to capitalize with runners in scoring position. Blue Sox, it's funny actually, the Blue Sox have only left 2 runners in scoring position tonight. But they've had 3 runners out on the bases. Alvarez in the second trying to stretch the single into a double. Fritz getting caught stealing to end the third. And then Mazel getting doubled off on that controversial 1-3 double play when Sway tried to lay a bunt down with 2 strikes and popped it up. So here is Elberry, 0 for 2 with a pop-up to short and a strikeout swinging. Dan Shaw trying to finish what he started. His longest outing this season before tonight was the win against the Americans on June 21st, which he went 5 innings. But he misses down and away for ball 1 to Elberry. Elberry pops it up down the left field line, and it's caught in left for out number 1 by Leon Paulino. A quick out number 1 in a spot where you really need to stretch out your at-bats, knowing that Shaw is going longer than he's already gone longer than he has all season. On the outside corner for strike 1 to Julian. One for 2, single and a 6-4-3 double play. Low for ball one. Shaw has pitched one other game for the Expos organization this season in which he went 5 innings. That was for the Merrimack Valley Expos in the CABL on July 7th. Went 5 innings for the win against the Granite State Rockies. 2-2 now the count to Julian. I admire Ramirez's tenacity, after allowing those tough runs, the 6th and 7th that extend this lead, but the offense needs to respond. But Alvarez comes up empty. Pitch in the dirt. And the Blue Sox down to their final out in the person of Austin Maisel. Blue Sox in danger of suffering their 10th loss of the season and continuing this pattern of these two teams alternating wins and losses in the regular season series. 1-0 to Maisel. 2 for 2 with 2 singles for what it's worth. Doesn't amount to a hill of beans right now for the Blue Sox. In danger of being shut out for the second time this season. In fact, the second time in 3 games this week. Popped up, fouling out of play. The count is 2-1. So the Blue Sox and Expos continue to alternate wins and losses. The Expos get this last out here. It will be the road team winning every game in this series this season so far. But now the Blue Sox are down to their final strike. Blue Sox pitching did a good job with damage control, but the offense unable to succeed in clutch spots as a slow roller to the left side. Throw from third is in time, and the ball game is over. In a game that took 1 hour and 56 minutes, the winning pitcher is Dan Shaw. He improves to 2-1. The losing pitcher is Bram Rosario. He is 0-1, no save. Final totals for the Expos: 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left, and 8 left actually. And for the Blue Sox, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left. Expos are at 15-4. They pull even with the Chiefs for first in the ICL by points at 30, and the Blue Sox fall to 8-10. 16 points, tied for third in points with the Americans in the ICL. The mental toughness of the pitching staff of both Rosario and Ramirez to avoid this game, to prevent this game from becoming a landslide, especially in that top of the 7th. That's a good sign, but the offense again, shut out for the second time this week and unable to capitalize with runners on base, getting the leadoff man aboard in 5 consecutive innings from the 2nd through the 6th, but unable to bring anyone home. They have another chance against the Expos tomorrow night at Trum. We'll We'll have that game for you here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. First pitch at 8 p.m. Thanks for watching this presentation of Blue Sox Baseball, the Blue Sox Baseball Network here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox in the Intercity League at intercityleaguebaseball.com, and by subscribing to this here YouTube channel and following the ICL and the Blue Sox on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Sabertooth Expos 3 and Lexington Blue Sox nothing. For all my rowdy friends here at LHS, my name is Stan Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.